I would hold it against her for the rest of your life, Lou.
How did you remember?
The only thing I'm holding against her for the rest of her life until the grave is that she ate my Del Taco burritos.
That was like 5 years ago.
Okay, yeah, so was me falling off the bunk bed. Yet here we still are. I love you. Mother?
She loves you too.
Where is she?
I don't know.
Huh?
It was funny to me, like, having a newborn baby and being like, oh my gosh, this is my responsibility.
Gosh,
I have to feed this little creature.
Yeah.
And it just like hit me and I was like, oh, she hasn't eaten all day.
I can imagine.
Because you know when you're pregnant, like she just feeds off your tube in your belly.
Tube.
And it, like the first day is such a whirlwind with people visiting and whatnot.
Yeah.
Are we doing our top 5 fast food? Because I'll go get my phone if so.
Should we? Or should we try to recreate the past 45 minutes?
Let's try to recreate the past 45 minutes.
And oop.
What's up with that guy?
Is that a guy?
Jesus, is that you?
Jesus, take the wheel?
So we got married May 25th, 2019. And we are going to celebrate our anniversary next weekend, which is May 21st. This is a Saturday. May 25th is technically on a Wednesday, so we're going to celebrate it the weekend before. And we're coming up with ideas. The weekend is taking shape, but Friday night, I would like to go do karaoke. Last time we did karaoke, it was at Rocky's in Citrus Heights, the legendary nightclub in Citrus Heights, California. We did Backstreet Boys' I Want It That Way.
Yes.
Yeah.
They still talk about it.
You are my fire. What I remember from that is the guy gave us 2 mics. Thank you. Because I don't want to share a mic. We're a duet, honey. We're a duet.
It's a duet, but listen.
Yeah.
I want to take it away myself.
Yeah.
And as do you.
Yeah. And when there's like timing, vocal stylings.
Yeah, there's like, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we each got to take those parts.
Yeah, we can't be like going back and forth with one mic. But we sang Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way. We flipping killed it. And then we dropped the mic. And we didn't stay. I think we were bar hopping that night, right? We went to Scoreboard. We went to Rocky's.
Yeah.
We went to a couple restaurants. It was reckless abandon. But so we sang Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way. They shut the club down, as the rappers say. And we left, but the DJ, the karaoke jockey or whatever, we were leaving and he was like, oh, do you guys want to do another song? Because our performance was so impressive.
We were like, you wish.
Yeah.
We got to take it down to the scoreboard, okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, we got to leave.
How much are you going to pay us for song number 2, okay? Where's the nonstop applause? And we want to hear encore, encore, encore. That was the last time we did karaoke. And then COVID hit. I don't know.
Yeah.
We haven't done karaoke since then.
Yeah.
But next Friday, I'm like, I want to do karaoke because we live in West Sacramento. I used to live in Citrus Heights, and Rockies was like around the corner. But we are in West Sacramento currently, and there's a bar on West Capitol, which can be a little dicey, the area. But they do karaoke. And so Friday night, they do karaoke on Friday night. And I said, we're going to do karaoke on Friday night. But then it comes down to what song should we sing? Now, we already knocked it out of the park with Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way. And I listened to 101.5 FM K-Hits on your FM dial, Sacramento. Mostly 80s songs but I listened to it today for ideas. The first song that I thought would be good was Wham! With an exclamation point, honey. Starring George Michael, rest in power. The song is called Wake Me Up Before You Go Go, but everyone knows Jitterbug.
Jitterbug.
Jitterbug. You put the boom boom into
my
my
heart.
heart. Dee. Send my hole.
We have to practice before we go out next week.
We're gonna rehearse for our recurring. You said my skull. Okay, I've had a few Michelob Ultras. Okay. You put the bright spark into my brain. Yeah. My beats per minute ain't been the same. Fantastic song.
So good.
Yeah.
That really gets the crowd pumping.
Exactly.
Get them on their feet.
Exactly.
Jumping around.
Yeah. It's a great song. And it'd be fun to sing. And, well, I think we should keep the genre, the decade to 80s. Because I like 50s and 60s because of my mom. But there's not going to be any 60-year-olds like my mom or 70-year-olds.
Oh, yeah. 80s, I imagine there's a lot of 40-year-olds there.
Right.
80s are great. They're going to be a hit.
They're fun.
But then we also, we always are drawn to the NSYNC, the Backstreet Boys, the 98 Degrees.
Right.
Which is more of like a...
But that, even though 98 Degrees is 20 years ago, I feel like that would be too current for Lighthouse.
Really?
Yes. Considering they're going to be my age.
Well, if they're my age, then the boy bands.
We're going to sing Billie Eilish.
The boy bands of the late 90s are
and Ariana Grande and Olivia Rodrigo, because you're so young.
Oh yeah, honey. I'm so young.
Well, I think we should stick to 80s.
Okay.
Because it's the widest audience. It's all about demographics, honey. That's what I learned at iHeartRadio. Okay.
Okay.
You want to appeal to as many people.
So we're gonna rehearse our Wham songs this week.
Yeah, Wham! Exclamation point.
Wham!
The other, another song I thought about potential. Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Oh, so good.
Showstopper.
I don't think I have the range though.
Right. That I brought this up to Matt Setchell today, and he said, You want to be able to sing like Whitney.
Yeah.
But then I thought, well, because I'm no spring chick. I've been to karaoke before. And the people who go above and beyond or who are actually talented and naturally have the gift,
right.
You're like, what the hell are you doing at this shitty bar on a Friday night?
I think
you should be on American Idol. You should have your own record deal with RCA. You should be out there, not slumming it with us losers. I'm sorry. Go ahead, honey.
I think Wham is a good, solid choice.
Yeah.
I think we could knock that out of the park.
We could. We will. We shall.
And we will.
We shall. We will. We shall. Another song, Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me. That is... that will bring the house down.
Is that really singing, though? You're just, yelling lyrics.
Well, I remember that video vividly. And even when I listened to it, which I heard it today, I see the video. And I see, in the 80s, the concert video, just a bunch of clips from various concerts spliced together. And I could see Joe Elliott, I believe that's the lead singer's first name, and a sleeveless t-shirt and ripped denim jeans, kind of just knocking it out of the park, and I want to do that.
Honey, are you going to wear your wife beater to the club?
No.
To the karaoke?
Or maybe I should wear it underneath my shirt, and then once Def Leppard starts.
You can rip off your outer layer, and you have your wife beater underneath.
Yeah. I'll wear one of those shirts that are, buttoned, on the side, and then I could just... whoosh. But Def Leppard, take a bow, See, this is where the two mic thing could come into play. So take a bow and then take a bow, shake it up, shake it up.
I have not recognized any of these songs.
Break it up, pour some sugar on me.
Okay.
You don't know that song?
I know the chorus.
Oh, it's so good. It's a panty dropper.
Is that what we're going for?
Yes.
Okay.
One thing I will not do is Journey, Don't Stop Believing. Because everyone does that. Everyone does that.
Glee totally made that like oversaturated.
Yeah, it's a small town.
Actually, Glee made all Journey songs oversaturated. Although they're so good.
How many Journey songs are there?
A ton. Journey has so many hits, and Glee portrayed them all.
Well, when I think of Journey, I think of obviously Don't Stop Believing, but then I think of the Sopranos television show.
Yeah,
which I never watched.
Their finale, right?
Yeah.
Right. Neither did I, but yeah, that's in my brain as well.
Yeah. Well, you know what else I associate that with is Jack Armstrong yelling at me because I dared question no one cares about The Sopranos, or I don't watch The Sopranos, or I can't afford HBO, or I don't have HBO, so why are we talking about television? And then Jack Armstrong chewed me out.
Oh no.
It's known as Vincegate.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, it was shocking and terrifying as a part-time, lowly paid staffer for him to take advantage of his relationship to me as the host, aka the boss, and for him to chide me in public like that.
For not being familiar with the HBO television show, The Sopranos?
Yeah, and just saying...
What the heck?
Maybe a television show that gets, 10 million viewers. There's 340 million Americans on the planet, or in this country. Maybe don't talk about television so much. And he got mad at me. Yeah.
What? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it still scars to this day.
Oh.
Yeah. But he had other issues.
Okay.
If you know what I'm saying.
What were we talking about? Journey.
Yes. We're talking about me getting yelled at.
Oh, okay.
By Jack Armstrong. From Armstrong Getty.
Okay.
But it was very bizarre. And I was scared. And he verbally abused me. Yeah. And me being a lowly part-time staffer,
yeah,
I wasn't gonna come back at him with anything. So he exploited our work relationship.
Oh my goodness. This is before I listened. I don't know what you're talking about.
It was very
my honey.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he had issues. And he currently has issues.
So, shall we go back to talking about Journey now?
No.
Okay.
So, Jack Armstrong. He deserves what he's getting.
Honey.
Okay. Now, no Journey, because that reminds me of getting berated.
Okay. Got it.
On the Armstrong Getty show.
Journey is a no-go.
Yeah.
Cut him off the list.
And he wouldn't have done that to any other human being if there wasn't a live microphone.
Why did he do it to you? Because you're overweight?
No. Because he's a fucking asshole. An alcoholic. Anyway. Should I take that out?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. Let me write down that timestamp there.
Do the beep.
Okay, I will. And then the last thing potential is we could go with the Top Gun theme. So Top Gun 2, Top Gun Maverick is about to come out.
Yeah, we already bought our tickets. We're going to go see Top Gun 2 in 2 weekends.
Correct.
And oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot wait.
Yeah.
It's getting rave reviews.
Mhm.
Like, it's 100% on the Rotten Tomato meter currently. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
But I was thinking, what I remember from the original 1986 Top Gun.
87.
No, we Googled it.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
You said, wait. I said 88 and you said 84.
Yeah.
And then the Hey Google said 86. And we're
Yep.
like, oh, well, that's right.
Right in the middle.
Right in. Yes.
Yeah. So, the 80s tunes are iconic from the original song.
Yeah.
Or movie.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is iconic.
Yeah.
Totally.
Peak Kenny Loggins.
I love Kenny Loggins, okay?
Yeah.
I would put on Kenny Loggins CDs and, like, listen to that as I fell asleep as a teenager.
Really?
Yeah, I love Kenny Loggins.
Well, I remember the obviously the hit is Danger Zone. And then the drums. Shoving into overdrive.
Highway to the danger zone. Gonna take a ride into the danger zone. Yeah.
So the Top Gun theme would include that. And the song during the volleyball scene, which we just watched.
Yeah.
Because did you remember the song or no? Playing
No.
with the boys.
I remember the scene. Oh my gosh. Okay. Topless Tom Cruise and his friends playing volleyball.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers that iconic scene.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. And we put it up on the TV. And then I turned up the volume. And then Lennox Albert came out from his room to yell at us.
Stalking out of his room. Turn that down.
And I was like, and I said no. Because there's about 20 seconds left and I want to hear. But the Kenny Loggins song is called Playing with the Boys. Playing with the boy, and I wanna. We would need to, because I barely know this song.
I know, yeah.
I know the scene and I know the song, but I have no idea about the words. I think
a 1986 Top Gun karaoke medley would kill it.
Yeah. Well, you say medley, I say revue, spelled R-E-V-U-E.
Yeah.
And then the final song, as I'm looking for two at the Top Gun soundtrack Wikipedia, is see, would we close with this? It's the slow song when Kelly McGillis, who was deemed too old to be in the new Top Gun, too old, too great.
She was unwilling to dye her gray hair brown.
How dare her?
Or blonde.
How dare her have the nerve to age? But the scene where her and Tom Cruise have the boom boom. Take my breath away, honey. Take
my breath away.
That was when so he was playing. Oh, see, this is all coming together. He was playing volleyball.
Oh my gosh.
Bird. he was like, I gotta go. And Bird, that was Anthony. Goose. Bird. Goose was like, hey man, Slider and Iceman, we got 2 more games with them. And Tom Cruise was like, I gotta go, man.
I gotta get the boom boom.
Right. But he showed up late to Kelly McGillis's.
And she's a little irritated.
Right. She's like, I'm drinking wine already. The food is cold. But and then they proceed to engage in a coitus, like he did with Katie Holmes.
I think.
And Penelope Cruz. Yes.
A Top Gun medley.
And Nicole Kidman.
A Top Gun medley
and
that
Mimi
ends
Rogers
on "Take My Breath Away" would be iconic.
Okay, so you think we would
bring down the house?
We should close with "Take My Breath Away."
Take my breath away, and then we should like wrap our arms around each other.
And then should we cosplay? Should I wear like the leather jacket?
Yeah, no. You got to wear like the white.
Oh, white t-shirt and blue jeans.
No. I'm thinking of like the white sailor suit. Like his,
like the Cracker Jack guy.
Yes.
Okay. And then what would be your attire, my darling?
Well, I don't know. What does Kelly McGillis wear?
I don't.
Oh, like some sunglasses.
think 80s. So lots of hypercolor and neon.
I would crimp and tease my
Yeah,
hair,
yeah.
and I would have like sunglasses.
Look like Lisa Turtle from Saved by the Bell. Well, so you think we should close with Take My Breath Away? See, I think we should open with Playing with the Boys because it's like people would be like, okay, I know this song.
Are we gonna mime like volleyball?
Yes.
Okay.
Or we should bring a volleyball
We should bring props
and a net.
Props.
We should bring
Yes.
props. Oh my! We should cosplay. We should bring props. I think we should open with Playing with the Boys.
Okay.
And then kind of take it down a notch with Take My Breath Away. And then you go out with the biggest hit, right? Which is Danger Zone.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Highway to the
Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Take My Breath Away. I'm like swinging on you. Like, take my breath away. And I'm like flinging my body around you.
Okay.
And then we go into Highway to the Danger Zone.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Well, I like Take My Breath Away, and I like have my arm around your waist, and
Yeah.
I'm like, we're like slow dancing. And
Yes.
we'll bring a fan with our props, and we'll turn the fan to low. So like, and you'll wear a scarf, and it will billow slowly in the breeze. So that's our Friday night. Then
we have to rehearse this week.
Yes,
We have a lot to work on.
we do. We got to script it. We got to block. We got to choreograph. And then Saturday, we're taking the Wild Chows to your parents.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go do a photo shoot at the chicken park where we got married, which is technically known as Plaza Park in Fair Oaks. And then we're going to come home, and you want to cook lasagna and some garlic bread?
Yeah. I would love to make us a decadent
Yeah.
pasta savory dish.
Carbs.
Yeah, carbs galore.
Carbs heavy.
I would love to cook for us. I love cooking for us. You know I do.
Yeah.
I love making us happy with food.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that. We're going to eat. We're going to watch something on our television.
One idea we had was to go out to eat to Vince's Restaurante.
Yeah,
I think that's the actual name in West Sacramento.
Yeah, an Italian restaurant here in West Sac.
But then we were like, like we want to be comfy, and Vince's will probably cost $60 to $70.
Yeah.
And let's just stay home and stay cozy, and we could do what we want.
Yeah. And I haven't cooked for us in quite a while.
You haven't?
I mean, I cooked for us when my parents came over and I made meatloaf.
Yeah, your fabulous meatloaf.
But it's been quite a while since I made us. I love making us lasagna. Oh my gosh, and garlic bread. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Lots of cheese, lots of butter, lots of
sausage.
garlic. Sausage. But speaking of our wedding, to me, it was the best day of my life. There is no, I can't even think of a second place. Me being born, I don't know, does that count? I mean, that was pretty good.
Can you remember?
Maybe that should be first. I was born.
Well, can you remember that?
Grandma Jean gave birth to me from her womb.
I remember.
No.
I remember telling you at the time that our wedding day was the best day of my life.
Yeah.
Because we had been dating for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Prior to getting married, and so I was in love with you.
Yeah.
We
Still
knew.
are, right?
I still am, of course. We knew we wanted to spend a life together, but like, and then I had 2 little kids.
Yeah.
And so dating you.
Where are they? Oh, they're not so little anymore.
So I had 2 little kids. We were dating.
Yeah.
And you agreed to like be their stepfather, and that was huge.
Yeah.
That was such a big step. And it wasn't only a commitment to me as my husband, but you were committing to be their father figure.
Yeah.
Second father figure.
Yeah.
So our wedding day was the best day of my life because I felt like we were like officially becoming a family unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, their first father figure, let's be honest.
Their best father figure.
But it's the happiest day of my life. I can't even think of a second happiest day of my life. When I got my driver's license, I don't know.
The day you got hired with your current job.
The day I met Joe Kuntz and Powley.
The day you met Joe Kuntz.
Well, now it's inching up higher than our marriage. So my question is to you, honey. What is the happiest day of your life? What was it? Your first marriage? Which, if you say that, I don't give a shit because you were young and you didn't know what the future held, and that's completely fine and cool. I don't care. Was it bearing the wild childs out of your uterus, whatever, your womb, your fallopian tubes? Do you have a happiest day, or was it our wedding? And no pressure if you don't say that. I honestly do. It doesn't bother me.
Okay.
I understand.
Well, the day that I gave birth to both of my children was so full of stress. I think any mother giving birth can relate to this. Like,
I can imagine. There's
a lot, like, your body is taking such a toll, and you're bringing a human into this world. Yeah. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm the parent now, especially with my firstborn, Luna. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, this is my human I have to take care of. I have to feed this kid. I was like, I don't know how to fold her. I don't know how to waddle her in her blanket. Yeah. Like, it was so with both of my children, it was very overwhelming. Yeah. And it was like happy and beautiful and glorious, but stressful and overwhelming. And I was like, what am I doing?
They're giving this kid to me, or they're letting me take this kid. The best description I've heard, the best description I've heard from Scott Sandow, who was producer for Armstrong Getty, also a fucking asshole. But he said that he has a daughter, and I remember him describing it like when you leave the hospital and you're just like, what the fuck? Like, and you're just like, you're letting me take this kid home, and what do I do now? And there's just a lot of stress, it's a huge weight, a huge burden to bear.
Totally. Yeah, that's true. I remember.
Is it like when we got Frankie, or no? Times a million? Yeah.
Yes, it was like when we got our cat Frankie, times a million. Yeah. I remember my firstborn child, Luna. She was born at like 5 a.m. And she was born, and it was exhausting. Like, her birth was a very stressful and long process. And so she finally was born at 5 a.m. It was very trying on me physically. And then
do you know what time you went into labor, or when you went? How many hours before?
It was I went to the hospital at about 6 p.m. the night before.
So it was 11 hours approximately?
Yeah. Wow. And I remember my parents came to visit her. My husband's parents came to visit her. I had friends who came. So, like, first of all, like, the birthing process was exhausting and long and very stressful. And then she was finally born. And then the parents came, the in-laws came, my coworkers came, my friends came. Like, person after person kept coming. Yeah. And I was just like, it was so, like, surreal. And my mind was spinning.
You're like, do you feel like the Queen of England holding court? Like, this is enough already, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
I get it.
But I remember finally...
Who was there right when Luna was born? Do you remember? Or?
Nobody. It was.
Oh, it was just you and your ex-husband.
I had. Yeah.
Wait a second.
Well, oh gosh. Yeah. When she was born, it was very stressful because, like, it was kind of like a TV show where, like, I was laying on the bed in the dark, and then there was like a beam on my head. There was a beam of light on my head. And there was all these people around me, like
so
medical people.
It wasn't like God. It was like actual light.
It was a beam of light.
Okay.
And then there was all these like medical people around me. Okay. No one. It was all these medical people.
So they knew this was happening, or you said, "Hey, this is happening," or how does that exactly?
We called the family after she was actually born. Mm-hmm. But, like, I was laying in my bed, and all these medical faces were around me. Yeah. And it was very stressful, and, like, it It was so stressful.
Yeah.
And I finally pushed her out. And there was all these medical faces.
Yeah.
Nurses, doctors, whatever.
Yeah.
And so finally I got her out. And then my parents came. My husband's parents came. And it was just like, it was so surreal.
Yeah.
And then I remember like in the evening or the late afternoon, I was like, it hit me like the baby has not eaten all day. I was like, oh gosh, I have to, oh no.
Yeah. And then
I
someone
was like,
called,
I have to feed her.
Did they call CPS on you immediately?
I was like, I have to feed this baby.
Yeah.
And, well, she
so the nurses weren't feeding her, or you weren't?
The nurses were like not there during the day. 'Cause she was born at 5:09 in the morning.
A.M. Yeah.
And then visitors kept coming. And then so multiple people kept holding her. And then finally it was like the late afternoon, and we were like sort of left alone. And I was like, oh gosh, I have to feed this baby.
Yeah.
And then I realized like, I don't know how to nurse. Like, I don't know how to get her to latch to my teat.
Yeah.
As it was. And yeah, so it was very stressful.
Yeah. And then you, so a nurse appeared and gave some sort of Gerber or whatever? Is that how it happens? Because you didn't did you ever breastfeed? You didn't breastfeed, right?
I did not breastfeed either of my children.
Okay.
Yeah.
So someone gave Luna something.
Yeah. Like that night, finally, I was like, oh my gosh, she's been alive nearly an entire day. And like, I haven't fed her. She hasn't eaten.
Yeah.
And it was so overwhelming.
It's a miracle she's still alive today.
I was 24 years old. And I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, I have this child I have to take care of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we got her fed. We got her some formula, and it was figured out.
Now she's thriving upstairs, tall and vibrant. Okay, so what are we talking about? Oh yeah, an anniversary. So we're gonna do karaoke Friday night, Saturday. Drop off the Wild Child's photo shoot at Plaza Park, and then come home, and you're gonna cook us some lasagna.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. And
then we're going to pass out or go to bed, or maybe we'll hit the town. I want to do like, if we do Lighthouse on Friday, I want to do like another bar, if possible.
Okay. Sure.
But if not, I'm happy falling asleep at 8:30 p.m.
Me too.
In our home, in our bed, after a few cocktails and some carb-heavy dinner. And then Sunday morning, we're going to go to Tower Cafe.
Yes.
Where we're going to purchase the Monte Cristo and the Madame Cristo.
Yeah, because we've talked about this recently.
Yeah. And the Monte Cristo is the OG sandwich, and then the Madame Cristo, is it the Tower Cafe's offshoot? Or?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
It has like an egg on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll order that, and then we'll share, and then we'll come back with our reviews. Because Kevin Jurin, our number one listener, honey, not named Lewis or Copperman or Fisher, he highly suggests Tower Cafe, Monte Cristo. And then we'll head out to grab the kids. And then that's our fabulous weekend. And then, are we going to do anything on the actual 25th, which is a Wednesday?
I think we will hug each other, kiss each other.
Okay.
Say happy anniversary, my love.
Yes. And then we'll go to work.
And then we'll go to work the next day.
Yeah. Well, we took Friday afternoon off.
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, if we don't have anything specific planned, because we were thinking we could do Chicken Park. We could drop the kids off, but I would have to work and then come home and shower, and it would just be too late in the afternoon to do anything, or there would be traffic.
Yeah.
But And then, yeah, that's our anniversary plans. And that's it.
That's it.
So was our wedding happiest day of your life?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And then...
It was the day we officially became a family.
Yes. And then second happiest day is the kids being born or your first marriage. Again,
No.
I have no feelings.
Neither. Because my first wedding, no. The kids being born, no. Way too stressful and too like out of my mind with stress and responsibility.
Well, what's second happiest? Does anything come to mind? Being born, like me?
The day that Frankie came into our home.
That was a high, but it has its highs and lows. When he vomits, when he
you know what?
when he throws up, it's a low.
I think my second happiest day is yet to come.
This is very erudite of you. I think the second happiest is when my parents came up when I graduated from college. I think graduating from high school and college equal. But when I look at pictures of me back then and I'm wearing the cap and gown, the gown is not so flattering. Like either the gown was too big or, hey, maybe I was too big. But I was like, wow, I was really overweight. But I would put those as my number two, distant number two, honey. Do you remember your high school graduation?
Absolutely.
It was a ceremony and you walked and everything?
My high school, yeah.
Were your parents there?
Yes. Yep. It was a good time. I did not graduate from high school or from college.
You were about to say high school.
I graduated from high school, yes, and my parents were there.
Yeah.
I was a college dropout.
Yeah.
I never pursued higher education.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it.
I did, and
I don't regret
and you
it.
make more than me.
Exactly.
So who cares?
This is why I try to tell the kids, you don't need to go to college.
Yeah.
Okay? Because you never know what your future holds, but future employment holds.
Yeah. You need to find a vocation
Yeah.
and try to excel at it, but
I'm a college dropout.
formally.
And
So was Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates, honey. But the graduating from San Francisco State, my parents flew up, and so that was a big deal. And it was a moment. So I guess that would be number two, but and maybe college graduation, high school graduation, me being born. Emanating from my mom's cervix.
Which you don't remember, but
right.
You know what?
It happened, I think.
It's hard to rank days.
Yeah.
In terms of like, oh, this was such a special, important day.
Yeah.
Well,
the easy ones are marriage and then kids being born.
Yeah. I think the kids being born thing is a thing that the dads might be able to state. But for moms, like, oh my gosh, we've just gone through this traumatic physical endeavor, and then we're like, I think it's very different for moms as opposed to dads having kids being born. Yeah, but marriage to you, honey, was so significant. Because I was 35. I was
36. 37. Yes.
How old were you?
I don't know. 41? 42?
No, you're 40.
Well, I'm 44 now. So 3 years ago, I was 40 or 41.
You were 40, and I was 35?
Okay.
I'm not sure.
No.
That doesn't sound right.
This isn't working.
Anyway.
Isn't working.
Anyway, we were older.
Yeah.
And so it was like more of like a cognizant, like, I'm making this decision, I'm making this choice for my life.
Yeah.
And my spouse and my future.
Yeah.
And it was very special.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And here we are 3 years later, and the picture I have is me hugging my mom at Carmelita's restaurant.
Yeah.
I don't know who took it.
I know.
Maybe Adam Pobner.
Yeah, I felt like it was one of your friends.
Okay.
For sure.
I don't know who took it, but because we did the pictures in the park thing, we had a photographer. We hired a professional photographer, sort of. She was a high schooler, right? Or she is a high schooler.
We hired a professional high schooler.
Yeah.
To take our pictures.
And she was fantastic. And we have pictures in the park. I'm looking at one right now of us posing. But as far as candidness, when we moved from the ceremony to, you know what, now that I think about it, Dimitri Ware, Jennifer Kwok's soon-to-be husband, took the video of us.
He did.
Saying our vows.
Yeah.
We had a high schooler taking pictures of us in the park. But at Carmelita's, we were busy kibitzing and canoodling and doing our thing. I didn't whip out my phone at all.
No.
I took 0 pictures. Someone took this picture of me hugging my mom and the look of joy and happiness on my face and her face at the same time. And it was the one moment I have. And there's other pictures of us kind of doing our thing and just hanging and socializing. But that's the one that sticks in my memory. And the one I think about whenever I think about our wedding, or I guess our post-wedding shindig. And that's the one that always comes to my mind. And so... what am I talking? Why am I talking about this? No. But that's what I think about, and so that was the happiest day. Second happiest day, I don't fucking know, dude. Everything ranks a distant second.
Yeah, you know what? Trying to rank your days in terms of like the best.
Yeah. It's stupid.
You don't need to do that. Don't do that. It's fine.
Don't do it.
You don't have to do that.
Pick one as your best, and then the rest are runner-ups. This isn't freaking a movie, okay? And this isn't City Slickers where Billy Crystal is having a conversation with Bruno Kirby about the best day in their lives. Okay, that was really specific. Yeah.
I think best. I think it's more a best phase. You know what? You and I have talked so much about this. Like, we've talked endlessly about like phases of our lives and the joys and the highs and lows. And something that I think has really been important to me as a mother is to recognize the phases in my children. Like, I have phases from when they were babies, phases from their toddlerhood, and now phases from their elementary years. Life is all about phases.
Yeah.
You don't have necessarily a best day, a best time, a best years.
Yeah.
And with my kids, like, I can't rank it. And you don't need to rank it, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, maybe your college years are magical, and maybe your high school years are magical, and your 20s and your 30s and your married years and your being a parent. And like, each phase of our lives is beautiful and magical.
Yeah. And
it's a time that we can't replicate. It's a time that's exclusive. Like, my years with my kids when they were babies, it'll never be replicated.
Yeah. And
it can't be compared. And our years together as an early married couple, as maybe in 20 years when we're old and we're still together.
Yeah. Like,
you can't compare it. And that's fine. Like, I feel like each phase of life is beautiful.
Yeah.
And should be recognized and cherished.
Incidentally, today of all days, I was thinking about phases, but in terms of my work life. So, straight out of college, I got a job with Pacific Bell, which used to exist. But I was making nice money. I was making good dough. And then I quit it, which I don't want to get into. But then my earning potential went down, and it was a rough spot. But then when I got hired with iHeartRadio, Sacramento, aka Armstrong Getty, that was another high spot. And then when they let me go, that was a low. But with my current employment, back to a high. So I've had 3 highs, 2 lows, but I bounced back, and I'm still out here, And yeah, I'm married to my angel pie, the love of my life. And yeah, the phases thing, that's I guess personal, and then there's professional with jobs. But yeah, that's where we're at. And I see your eyes watering, honey. So are we done, honey?
It's fine. You know what? I just want to stress to everybody.
Yeah.
Life is ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
My best friend still always reminds me that like happiness is like a moving target. And like there's ebbs and flows, and like it's all about the journey, and we're all just do your best.
Yeah.
Always like try to do your best, and you're never gonna hit that target because it's always moving.
Right.
And so just
pursuing.
Keep pursuing.
Yeah.
Keep going with the ebbs and flows. Like happiness is ebbs and flows. There's never like a peak that you reach and you stick to. Yeah. Because it just comes and goes.
Is the ebb high or is the flow high?
The ebb is high.
The ebb. So okay. So well, I only ask because the flows, the lows, realize that they're not that bad. When I was a few years ago when I was working at Walmart and an Amazon warehouse, and it was a horrible, equally horrible jobs for their own reasons, but I persisted and I kept going, and thankfully you found me my current job, and I really enjoy it. So the flows are low and they're quote unquote bad, but it's not the end of the world. You're not freaking John Wayne Gacy, okay? Dressing up as a clown. We're currently watching that that Netflix series. It's only 3 episodes, and it's flipping fantastic.
Yeah, we still have one more episode to watch about John Wayne Gacy.
He worked at Kentucky Fried Chicken, honey. So should we cancel Kentucky Fried Chicken?
No.
For employing him?
No.
For funding his serial killerness? I don't know.
KFC is too dang good to cancel for any reason whatsoever.
It is good, but let's tweet at them, and hopefully we unearth some racist tweets by Colonel Sanders in 1953. Alrighty. Well, are we done, honey?
I guess.
Alrighty. Well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for apartments.com. We don't have a promo code for apartments.com. By the way, I've never looked for an apartment without the internet.
No.
Have you? So, like, back in the day it was Craigslist, and Craigslist is still an ongoing entity, and apartments.com, and there's many, many websites to find an apartment. Before the internet, how did that happen? You just walked around the neighborhood hoping to see a for rent sign? You drove around?
I guess. Or you had connections?
And then you would call a telephone number and arrange a meeting. And you would just walk in blind. It's nice from the outside because all these there's pictures of the interior, and so you knew what you were getting into. Oh, it's a nice bathroom. Oh, it's an ugly kitchen. But back in the day, you just things. It was wild. It was crazy. It was reckless abandon.
It's the wild, wild west.
All right. Apartments.com, which Jeff Goldblum does ads for. Goodbye, my podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, my wife may have said bearing her children was a very stressful day, but she's still a good person, and we're still good people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for caring. I hope you have a wonderful day/night. Au revoir.
And oop.
Ooh.
We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender? I can't eat no longer.